Merry Christmas. Wait, that's already over.
And a happy Vance year.
It's almost time for
Happy new Vance.
a happy new Vance is coming up.
I don't know. He's
Vance.
depressed as fuck in 2018. Let's see how happy new Vance.
I
Shiny happy
don't know,
people.
man. I don't know. This Vance was a great Vance.
Oh, is this my obituary? Are you doing my fucking eulogy? This Vance was a great Vance. He was a good Vance. I don't know why I'm at an Irish funeral in my fantasy of dying.
And fantasy
Let's
of
just
dying.
moving right. Speaking of dying, Cruz, the ratings have been dying.
That's right. Did you catch the Cruzmas edition of Raw and SmackDown last week?
I didn't watch Raw. I mean, I saw clips, but I couldn't sit through a 3-hour Raw Christmas. However, I did see the 3-hour SmackDown Christmas, and gotta say, for a Christmas episode, that was a pretty fucking good episode.
Wait, the SmackDown that just happened this past Tuesday, or an actual special? The special.
No, the SmackDown this past When the fuck was Tuesday? Christmas was Tuesday, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, you're fucking me up, dude. Dude, you're fucking me up. All right. No, but Tuesday was SmackDown Live because that's the night it airs. And that show was really good, I thought.
I feel like SmackDown was much better than Raw, I feel like. But I mean that's been kind of
that's
like the ongoing thing that's been happening though, is that SmackDown just kicks the shit out of Raw in the first place. So
right. No, I mean SmackDown's just a better product right now. And plus, I don't know if you know this, Cruz, but Christmas this year happened to fall on Rusev Day.
Should we just dive right in real quick with this whole quickie little recap
Cruz,
of what happened?
The only way to handle a quickie is to dive right in. But yeah, we got a new non-American United States champion.
Yet again.
The international title moves on.
We went from Japan.
We went from
to Bulgaria.
to Rusev break.
How do you feel about that, by the way? How do you feel about them taking the title off of Nakamura and giving it to Rusev?
It's a breath of fresh air, but I feel bad for Nakamura because I just feel like he's going to be kind of lost now.
Well, he's been lost, though. That's the thing. He became the U.S. champ, and they kind of buried him.
I like the Knock America thing they were kind of doing.
For like a week. But still, though, we haven't seen him, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're going to put you in a match against Rusev, and by the way, you're going to lose the title.
Yeah, and not only that, but he's in a match against Rusev, and he's going to lose the title.
Yeah, but Rusev always... Never mind. Rusev always loses on Rusev Day.
Yeah, he does. And I don't know if you know this, Cruz, but I heard rumblings that Shane McMahon was also writing this show with Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H. They were all back there.
Wait.
Let's get Rusev involved.
You're meaning to tell me that the McMahons decided to do their own writing for this past SmackDown?
What I'm telling you is that the McMahons have taken over and that the WWE universe...
Can you not talk?
Or the www.wwe.com. The WWE universe is the new authority.
Go on.
That's all I got.
Okay, so you're saying they're responsible for the reason why Rusev
I'm saying that when people have a shitty show and they're like, oh shit, our show sucks. The ratings are terrible. People hate us. There's terrorists who are the only people that like us. If no one on the planet likes us except for terrorists, we have to be shitty people. How do we fix this? I know. We fix it. Wait, you've been doing this the whole time. Yeah, but we haven't really been trying. Like, this whole storyline is just fucking, I don't know, man. Like, it's like, okay, we broke something. Guys, we broke this. But don't worry, because now we know what's broken and we can fix it. So is that good? I mean, it's good, right? I'm just saying, like I said last week, if I was in a car accident by a drunk driver, I would not want the drunk driver to be my doctor.
That's true.
And also, it's New Year, so be safe when you're out there.
I like how we just deterred from that very easily. Okay, so what else fucking happened this week?
I'll tell you what happened. AJ Styles got his groove back.
AJ Styles got his groove back.
Styles.
Vince McMahon. They ended SmackDown with Vince McMahon talking to AJ Styles. AJ Styles talks about how, like, yeah, you know, this is the house that AJ Styles built. And then Vince McMahon says to him, you know, we've seen the new Daniel Bryan. When are we going to see the real AJ Styles? Also mentioning how, like, oh, this is the house that you built, but yet how come you haven't been fighting? And then he was provoked, Vance. Vince McMahon provoked. He provoked AJ.
Brought the animal. He let the tiger out of the cage on the chairman of the board.
And then AJ just went for it. Everybody's like, wait a minute. And then, of course, oddly, you see Vince McMahon laying on the floor with a big grin on his face. Maybe he likes getting
happy
hit.
Son of a bitch. What's that called in your industry your former industry, when the guy likes to get beat up?
He's a masochist.
He's a masochist. Vince McMasochist.
That actually kind of works. That actually
fucking works a little too well. I'm kind of nervous.
But
so yeah,
so what does that mean for AJ? So what does that mean for AJ Styles? Does that mean another heel turn, or does it mean he was just provoked and I
think we got another heel turn. I think fucking AJ Styles, the club we saw last week. I mean, how cool would it be if, like, Royal Rumble comes around and it's like the club and AJ Styles and Balor and they're all in the ring, and then number 13 comes out and it's Kenny Omega. Fantasy boner, fantasy boner, fantasy boner.
Hashtag fantasy boner. That's insane. But yeah, so, like,
that's what I think this is all leading up to.
Like, Raw, there really wasn't. I mean,
Raw sucked. But you know what today is, Cruz?
What?
Today is the end of the year.
It's true.
Well, today is it's the end of the year for this episode week.
It's the last episode of 2018, Vance.
Thank you, Cruz. You've put it so eloquently. And what that means, Cruz, is that me and you get to do one of my favorite things.
Go on.
We get to argue over what the best shit of 2018 was. Who went over in 2018? To do. Should we just jump right into it, Vance? Should we just jump right in? Dive right in? To do? I hyped that like Paul Heyman, and you just go, what are you, Brock Lesnar, just bouncing up and down next to me? You can't fucking throw something in?
That's right, Vance. It's time for the best of 2018 in fake sports, coming at you from both myself and Vance the Violator, even though he doesn't like to be called Vance the Violator.
Not since the Harvey Weinstein thing. You got to stop with that. You're fucking threats. So, Cruz, we came up with 5 categories.
Was it 5? I thought it was 8.
We came up with 8 categories. So let's kick things off with a bang.
Okay.
Best match 2018.
Oh, do you want me to go first?
You go first, Cruz.
All right, I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch at Evolution, the match that should have been the main event.
The last woman standing match.
That's correct. And the first ever last woman standing match as well. So
The first
I'm gonna go
ever.
with that one. I mean, you know, when I was thinking about it, because you know, there's 2018, it's a year, Vance, a year of fake sports, a year of wrestling shows every week. Like, how am I gonna narrow this down to my favorite match? What sticks out of mine? And I started thinking about it. And at first I was like, you know what? I remember back in April before WrestleMania, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, just seeing the two of them in the ring. It's always a spectacle. Well, I mean that too, but like they have such good chemistry with each other in the ring. Like I could watch those guys go at it, giggity, all day. You know what I mean? And, but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, no, I got to think more deep about this. And then the one match that I really got like really hyped over was the Charlotte versus Becky Lynch at Evolution, the match that I have said time and time again should have been the main event of Evolution. Personally, and I started thinking about other matches and other pay-per-views, and I have to go with that one. That one is for me the best match of 2018.
You know, Cruz, it's funny because I thought about that match during the best matches of 2018.
Oh,
and that was on my. It was on my radar. It was on there.
Oh, your radar. Okay.
But the pick that I have is a pick that was. It was done so perfectly.
Oh, boy.
And it's a match that the storytelling leading up to the match just had this fairy tale aspect to it.
You're killing me, Smalls. Just tell me, what is it?
Survivor Series, Daniel Bryan versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
Okay. I did. That was in my radar as well, but I couldn't.
I was excited. I was excited for AJ versus Brock, which is what everybody thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's right, because that match happened after Daniel Bryan turned heel against AJ Styles. Yes, correct. When he took the title off of AJ,
led up to Daniel's heel turn. It led up to him becoming the WWE Vegan Champion. It's it's fucking brilliant. And he's been taunting this match. He's been like, I always wanted to have a match against Brock Lesnar. I always wanted to have a match against Brock Lesnar. And he always knew that, like, it'd be the Yes Movement versus the Beast. And, like, the Yes Movement would probably win. And, you know, because it's a good guy. But the way they did this, where Daniel Bryan was heel and Brock Lesnar was just Brock Lesnar. And they made they changed his moveset completely. You've noticed that? He's got a new move.
Yeah.
His finisher's called the heel hold.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers that when they turned heel, you know, their music changes. Sometimes their logos even change. And then, you know, it kind of makes sense for them to have even move sets change, right? Or even their finishers and such. So, I mean, makes sense to me. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this, Vance?
I honestly, Cruz, like, I just thought it was such a fucking good match. It started out where you're worried that Daniel Bryan's neck is broken. He's got other concussions because Brock's such a dick. He just comes off as such a dick.
And Brock actually broke someone's neck in real life too. Do we know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So fucking this guy is just like, and he's a dick because like he's just a dick. So to have him toss around Daniel Bryan for like seemed like forever, and then for Daniel Bryan to mount this like epic comeback where I almost thought that Daniel Bryan was going to beat Brock Lesnar. I was like, they're going to fucking put Bryan over this, or they're going to have fuckery from AJ Styles. And Lesnar, I think, won clean, right?
He did win clean because we both thought that there was going to be some sort of fuckery, whether it was from AJ Styles or somebody else, and then nothing happened. So
that was my match of the year. The way that they saved their ass with that match. When I was super excited for AJ versus Brock too, because I thought that would be a great match.
And AJ versus Brock was amazing last year. So I mean, when that all changed this year, they're like, no, it's gonna be Daniel Bryan versus Brock. Okay. So yeah. All right. So moving on to the okay, go ahead. You were gonna say something.
Do you want to go on to the next one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, all right, Vance, who is the best male wrestler to you?
To me, it was a man who had such an epic comeback from such a debilitating condition for years, and they made him a shithead for the first like 3 months of his fucking comeback after waiting years for this guy to come back. They put him against fucking Big Cass. And then he turns heel and has become champion. And I think he's added a whole new air of refreshing heelness to SmackDown. And my pick is the bearded one, Daniel Bryan.
Really?
Yeah. It was a toss-up for me. I had a toss-up between Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan. Now, Seth Rollins was an incredible workhorse this year. But when you think of best male performer, it has to be someone who can perform on all fronts. And Seth Rollins, I like his promo. I think his babyface promo, he's got to work on a little bit more. Maybe he just hasn't had the right feud. I mean, Dean Ambrose, you would think, would be the right feud. But he's just not there where I want him. But Daniel Bryan has just embodied this evil fucking vegan who just calls everyone fickle. Like, the shit that he did with R-Truth even on SmackDown where he's like, you're not the real Santa Claus. Like, I just thought that was brilliant.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Daniel Bryan?
I think you know my thoughts on Daniel Bryan, Vance. I mean, it was in the beginning when he made his return, right? Like, congrats, you're able to, you're cleared by the doctors, you're able to come back. Because when was his actual debut in the ring? Wasn't it WrestleMania? It was WrestleMania with Shane McMahon. This was at the beginning of the year, and I kind of felt for the guy. I was like, oh wow, this is actually kind of heartwarming in a sense. You know what I mean? That like
you got to fight for your dreams.
He was forced to retire. He was retired for what, 3 years? Was it or something? Like
it
was a long time. It was a few years. And for him to go from the GM, because he was the general manager of SmackDown, and then all of a sudden, hey, you can fight again. So in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh wow, this is pretty amazing, right? And then then they kind of just threw him around, like you were saying, with Big Cass, and then all this other bullshit, and it couldn't really.
They ruined that Miz feud.
It ruined the Miz feud, and then I kind of I couldn't really follow it anymore, follow him rather, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then he turned heel, and then now he's fickle, and that just annoys the living shit out of me. It's like, I don't know. So, and it's fucked up because when I had to think about this long and hard about like all the male wrestlers that I personally like, like Braun, for example. I like Balor, for example. Balor, I can't choose Balor as the best wrestler of 2018 simply just for the simple fact that they buried him, right? There was a couple of months, maybe weeks, where I felt like, oh, maybe this is the push that he's going to get. I mean, even just look at this past week's Raw. He won that triple threat match between him
that's huge.
and Ziggler.
That's a huge win.
And that was huge to me. And I was like, oh my God. And the week before he won as well, right? It was him versus Drew, and then the match that he had.
Oh, yeah, Drew. That's right.
No, it was Drew and then Ziggler. Because when he fought McIntyre, Ziggler, there was some fuckery with Ziggler. And then Ziggler was like, oh, you wouldn't have won that match if it weren't for me. And then he fought Ziggler, beat Ziggler because McIntyre comes out. Then they do a triple threat match where the whole time I'm like, they're probably going to let McIntyre take this win. No, fucking Balor ends up winning. So that was kind of refreshing and exciting, but to choose him as the best wrestler for 2018, I can't really say that because back to what I just said. Again, he's just been kind of.
Let's talk about the real reason you were going to pick Finn Balor.
Shut the fuck up.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reasons.
So then I started thinking about it, and I was going to go with Rollins because just like what you said, he is a hard worker. He's a great performer. I like him in the ring. I do agree that his promos he could work a little bit better on his promos. So I guess final decision, mind you, I had to fill out these answers pretty quickly. So I just went with Rollins, man. That was my pick.
You went with Rollins?
I went with Rollins. Yep.
Okay. All right. Next on the list. I mean, I like Rollins. I just don't think he's the best of the year.
Okay, fair enough.
He's an incredible
Vance.
performer. I just don't. I think Daniel Bryan just is the best. He's the number one guy on the planet right now.
You think that? Okay. Whole other conversation. Moving on.
How about best female performer?
I really want to say Sasha Banks because that's my future ex-wife, but I want to go with an underdog here, Vance, because this is someone who beat what was it, Goldberg's record of being undefeated. She was undefeated in NXT.
Oh, I'm trying to think of who you picked, and then I'm like, oh wait, yeah, no, she beat Goldberg's record for
being undefeated for the longest time. Wins. Yeah, like 900 something days or whatever. And then that got ruined when she went to WrestleMania, and I feel like she's coming back up again. And again,
hey, it only took 8 months.
I know, and again, it'd be difficult to say, oh yeah, best of 2018 because they kind of buried her a little bit.
Well, she kind of sucked for 8 months.
Well, it's not her fault that she sucked. That was all creative's fault, in my opinion.
Yeah, but we're talking about like the best performer, which includes the best. All
right, fine.
So
Ember Moon. I'm just kidding.
Ember Moon?
No. I was making a joke. No, because I was gonna go with Asuka. I was gonna go with Asuka because she won the first ever females Royal Rumble.
Yes, that was amazing.
That was fucking amazing, and that,
the Japanese Royal Rumble wins.
That was in the beginning of the year, and then slowly they kind of just started burying
after she lost to Charlotte. She never rebounded until now.
But I think she's an awesome performer. It's kind of sad that they didn't really,
Oh, she's amazing.
Push her that much, and I thought about it long and hard. And as much as I would want to go with other wrestlers, I was like, I'm gonna go with Asuka. I'm gonna go with Asuka. Okay. That's my final answer.
It's a great pick. Mm-hmm. It's not the best female wrestler though.
Who's the best female wrestler to you?
I'm also going to go with an underdog, Cruz. A girl who was set aside. A girl who was the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. And then drowned out in the crowd until the fans fought for her. And she became the man. Mm-hmm. But still the best female.
I already knew you were going to pick her.
Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is on a fucking rocket ship right now. She is going to main event WrestleMania. Mark my words, her and Ronda Rousey will main event WrestleMania.
Right.
She has gone from a zero to a hero. She went from some weird steampunk cosplaying fucking weirdo into a Johnny Cash knockoff. Like, that is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I totally agree with you.
And I think that no one deserves it more than her.
Okay. Shall we move on to the next question?
Yeah, do you have it in front of you? Because my notes just disappeared.
Yes. Best heel turn, Vance. Best heel turn. And go.
Best heel turn? How about best hat turn? I'm going with a guy who they dropped the ball with. Actually, it's kind of cold in here, Cruz. Can you give me 1 second?
Oh boy. I can only imagine what Vance is about to do right now. Us talking about the best heel turn of 2018 right now. While I kind of
It's a little cold in here. So I'm going to dress up like Bane.
I thought you were going to grab a scarf, Vance.
I forgot the scarf in the car, Cruz. Yeah, so my girlfriend only knows one wrestler, and it's Dean Ambrose, so she just keeps buying me Dean Ambrose-related items. I have the Dean Ambrose fucking bomber jacket that he wore. Not even shit that, like, Dean Ambrose, like, merch, but, like, shit that he just wears on TV. She's like, oh, that looks like Dean Ambrose's shit. Anyways, Dean Ambrose was the best heel turn. Now, has it turned into the best storyline? It's up in the air if you like comic book villains with gas masks.
Right.
But to have your heel turn on a night when your brother has to leave the industry because he has cancer.
Yes.
And to decide tonight's the night, I'm going to take advantage of this cancer and I am going to use it to fuel the baddest goddamn heel turn that I have maybe ever seen. This heel turn fucking had people yelling in the audience.
Can
Not
I say
tonight,
something?
Dean.
Can
Yes.
I add something? The night that he turned heel, you could feel it. If you weren't fucking there and you were watching it on TV, like both you and myself, Vance, you could feel that heel turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Cruz, my cousin, that show was in Providence, Rhode Island. Just a short ride for me. The reason I didn't go is because Raw sucked. I didn't want to go pay money to see Raw. I can watch it on TV. But my cousin went, and he filmed the whole thing on his phone because he's one of those fucking people who film shit on his phone. But he said he was almost brought to tears when that happened because they were going to do it for Roman. We're going to win the titles for Roman. And then you see them all together. And then they go out there and they win the titles for Roman. And then what does he do but fuck over everybody? Yeah. Say, fuck you, fans. Fuck you, Roman, and your cancer. Later on, going on to say he deserved it. This guy, that's the heel turn. That's the heel turn.
Yeah.
I don't know who you picked. Who could you pick?
No. I am in total. This is the one that we both agree on right here. Everything that you just said right now, you hit the nail on the head. When I had to think about all the different heel turns that has happened throughout the year, right? You know, Nakamura at WrestleMania, and that one you didn't really feel it. I'm repeating myself here. The way you felt it when Dean Ambrose turned heel that night. And I totally agree with everything you just said, from how, granted, his storyline kind of is like, it's kind of questionable. But like the heel turn itself, that I would have to say that was definitely the heel turn of 2018. For sure. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was unbelievable. For sure. It was even bigger than Daniel Bryan. And I thought, I had a toss. I was thinking about Daniel Bryan, but if we're talking about the actual turn, the actual part where their storyline goes to the dark side, it's Dean Ambrose. It's Dean Ambrose over the last fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
That heel turn was epic. And it's not just because I'm a huge Ambrose mark, because you agree with me. All right, so, Cruz, moving right along.
Best pay-per-view, Vance.
Best pay-per-view.
I went with Survivor Series.
I also went with Survivor Series. I had a toss-up. This is really hard for me.
Okay, what was your toss-up? What was the toss-up?
Survivor Series and Royal Rumble.
Okay, see, I thought about Royal Rumble. I mean, look what happened at Royal Rumble this year, right? Rey Mysterio came back.
Trish Stratus came back.
The
women main evented.
Yeah,
Ronda Rousey debuted.
It was the first ever women's Royal Rumble, first of all.
And Ronda Rousey debuted.
Yes. Also, yes, because I remember she came out when Asuka won and WrestleMania.
And the men's ending with Roman Reigns and Cena and Nakamura, and you're like, oh, we're fucked. Roman Reigns again, or John Cena, even worse. And then they give it to fucking Nakamura.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Yep. So, I thought about that. I was like, oh, Royal Rumble was, pretty.
You know what? I'm changing mine to Royal Rumble.
I'm keeping it a Survivor Series, and I'll tell you why. Because, I like Ronda Rousey, and I've said this many times before on our show, how much, I wasn't really a Ronda Rousey fan in the UFC, but I kind of like her in WWE. A lot of people have that flip-flopped, but I don't know. It just pleased me so much to see her match against Charlotte, and Charlotte in that DQ, and her just coming out with the kendo stick and attacking the living shit out of Ronda. I just completely marked out. I was like, I could feel the hatred from all of those hits. So that's why I picked Survivor Series. So I'm sticking with Survivor Series. It's the best pay-per-view of 2018.
Yeah, I'm gonna convert mine to the Royal Rumble. I just thought about how great it was. Ronda Rousey's debut was just so fucking amazing. Yeah. No one expected that.
No. Okay, so moving right along, Vance. Do you know what the next one is?
Cruz? The next one is best return of 2018? Who was it, Cruz?
Drew McIntyre.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Why Drew McIntyre?
Okay, he was gone many moons ago, came back, new look. He's like a beast.
He's fucking beastly.
He's the fucking Scottish psychopath, man. And like, I'm with it, man. I'm totally all about this version of Drew. Do you remember what he looked like before? Like,
yeah, he was a little scrawny, a little fucking.
He was like he was like going for like this pretty boy thing, you know. Now he's come back with the long dark hair and just like he's the fucking Scottish psychopath. And I don't know.
So he was the one that you were most excited for in 2018 to see come back.
I was excited when I saw him
in NXT.
No. When he left NXT, well, because he came back. When he came back, technically, he came back on NXT, right? But then he disappeared for a while, and then all of a sudden he debuts on Raw. But he doesn't debut on his own. He comes alongside Ziggler of all fucking people, right?
Zigmac.
Yeah, Zigmac. And all you keep seeing are all these tag matches between the two, and you know, like. He's like basically Ziggler's muscle because if you look at the two of them, Ziggler
of course,
is like massive compared to him. You know what I mean? So I kind of liked it when they separated, and now you know he's just this Scottish psychopath who's like, yeah, like fuck you. The only reason why you're around Ziggler is I'm the reason why you're relevant.
That was great. That was great.
So
the Dogs of War when he had fucking Braun Strowman with him.
Yeah, dude. So I would have to say I've liked the evolution of McIntyre, seeing him now versus before, and him coming back with like fucking vengeance. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I would use vengeance because it's an appropriate word for this.
He's like McMahon's. What did you call him? He
was the golden boy from McMahon.
His creation.
Yeah, McMahon went in the fucking laboratory and made him and Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, so I went with the Scottish psychopath on that one because I had to think about it for a minute, like who made returns, and there's a lot of people that returned that didn't really return, you know, like for example, HBK came back for one match.
Yeah,
that was one match, and it doesn't count. Trish Stratus and Lita. What's her name? Lita coming back for Evolution. That's not really a quote return because they only came back for that match. So it's like a lot of these different returns are not really returns. Like Daniel Bryan returning is a return, right?
That was my pick. I mean, what the fuck, Cruz? You don't choose Daniel Bryan? He beat concussion syndromes.
All right, listen. I am purposely choosing against Daniel Bryan because...
You hate Daniel Bryan.
You know who he reminds me of? If Jesus and the Dude had a baby.
Dude, Jesus.
It would be Daniel Bryan with the beard and the hair and the fucking coats that he keeps wearing. He looks like the motherfucking the dude and Jesus had a baby.
Everything's secondhand because we consume too much, Cruz. We need to stop consuming and being so fickle.
Too many water bottles being wasted, Vance. Listen.
Why did he change the belt to fucking a plant-based, sustainable substance?
I am also plant-based. Thank you very much. I'm vegetarian, not vegan, but I am in no way fickle. I
just think that but he just had, he had a return of epic. He came back and he did that speech about you need to fight for your dreams with him and Brie. I was misty during that, and I have no problem and no shame in saying that.
His wife needs to just stop.
I can't stand his fucking wife, but that's another thing.
His wife should just quit while she's ahead.
Worst wife, 2018. It's a tie.
Brie Bella, a.k.a. Botch Bella. And also Maurice. Anyways.
Cruz, what's next on this list?
All right, so we got two left, Vance. We got Best Tag Team. Your turn. You go first.
Best tag team. It's an easy one. For 2018, they were the best tag team. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Oh my God!
You give me one shitty match Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins put up. But here's the thing. They've only fought The Bar and Zigmac. That was it. But
The Bar was my choice, fans.
The Bar?
The Bar.
They've definitely come a long way.
Good old Sheamus and fucking Cesaro, man. I like the Bar, and I'm gonna give that to the Bar. Aren't they currently still the tag champs of SmackDown?
They are
right
the
now?
SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. Speaking of this past SmackDown, they had like, what was it? It was the Bar and Sanity. They finally put Sanity in a fucking match.
Sanity actually fought.
So it was the Bar and Sanity versus the Uso brothers alongside Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So,
or as I like to call them, the club formerly known as the Club.
All right, so moving on, best breakout star, and I'll tell you who I picked for this one, Vance.
Go for it, Cruz.
The last kicker, the man, Becky Lynch.
Wow.
The reason why I did not choose her as the best wrestler of 2018 because I put her down for best breakout star. Because if you think about it, just like what you said earlier, right? Earlier you said she was the steampunk cosplaying, whatever you want to call it, right? And just look at the way she broke out, and everybody just kind of backed her. They tried to turn her heel, and everybody just kept cheering her on. Yeah. And I feel like she's the best thing in the company right now. So I'm going with best breakout star, Becky Lynch.
I agree. I agree with she is the best thing in the company. However, I think that your best breakout star, it's her first year in the business, not even a full year in. And she has had some of the best matches of this year. Ronda fucking Rousey.
You would choose Ronda.
Rowdy Ronda Piper.
Nah, man.
From her debut at the Royal Rumble, nothing but buzz. The match at WrestleMania, her first match ever, her tag match with Kurt Angle versus Stephanie and Triple H, one of the fucking best matches at WrestleMania. Her match that she had with Charlotte was fucking amazing. I think that Ronda has been nothing but consistent within her first 9 months of being in the WWE. Like, it's unbelievable that this woman started this year. It's crazy. So I think she is the best breakout star of 2018.
I disagree, but okay. Agree to disagree.
Well, you know, Cruz, that's what this podcast is all about. It's all about us not getting along. Isn't it?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like Ronda Rousey, but I'm just gonna disagree with you on that one. So,
Cruz, what else is on?
Let me ask you a question, Vance. Okay.
Okay, just okay.
Do you think when or if they ever decide to take the belt off of fucking Rousey, who do you think she should lose it to?
Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
Oh, you think that she's gonna put her in a disarm her? Vance?
I think it's going to happen.
Rousey
I think you're going to see Ronda get Rousey'd at WrestleMania by the last kicker.
Okay.
In the main event.
So you think that she's going to remain undefeated until WrestleMania?
The last kicker? I think she might have a loss here and there on the road to WrestleMania.
No, I'm talking about Ronda.
Ronda's not dropping the belt now. Ronda's the Brock Lesnar of Raw. She's not for the women. Like, she's not dropping that belt. She's the person who drops the belt.
Damn. So Vance, I guess that's our best of 2018. We did ask the Going Over Universe the same exact question. Shall I read off some answers from the interwebs?
Let's hear what the interwebs had to say about 2018.
All right, here we go. So we asked you guys the Going Over. I'm just going to read a couple of these because there's too many answers, right? So Fontaines, I really hope I'm saying this name right. On now here I should. Okay, so I didn't specify on Twitter on whether or not we were only discussing the main rosters, in which case we did. I think people are going to want to hear our NXT best of 2018, which I think we should do that in the new year.
We're going to do that. We're going to do it next week. Next week we're covering NXT.
But when I asked this general question to the Going Over Universe, a lot of people kind of mixed NXT in their answers. So I'm just going to read them as they have been posted. So starting with Dalton. Dalton on Twitter said his best match of 2018 was Alpha versus Omega. Or the NXT North American ladder match.
That's probably gonna be my pick. That match was fucking
Yep, that match was.
Let's not get into it too much, but let's just keep going through what the universe thinks.
So, and then his best pay-per-view was Evolution. Okay, that's a very interesting choice.
He's a ladies' man.
Oh yeah, best male wrestler Tommaso Ciampa, best female Becky Lynch, best heel turn Ambrose, best return Daniel Bryan, best tag team the Usos or the Bucks, and then breakout star Becky Lynch or Jay White.
Jay White is really good, but we don't really talk about that stuff on here. I like how New Japan to us is like some foreign, like we don't talk about that here, sir.
We should talk about that. But anyways, I'm going to read two more here because I don't want to get too into it. Marcus Martinez said best match Gargano versus Ciampa, NXT TakeOver New Orleans.
The unsanctioned match.
His best male wrestler is Seth Rollins, female wrestler Charlotte Flair. Best heel turn Ambrose, pay-per-view NXT TakeOver War Games. Best return Ambrose. Best tag team.
I got a bigger Ambrose mark than me. Who the fuck is this guy? I got to follow him. Marcus
Martinez. He's got a Bullet Club avatar on
Marcus Martinez. You're following me.
Twitter. And then he said, scratch my return from Ambrose to Daniel Bryan.
All right. Marcus Martinez, you just lost a follower.
Best tag team, Strong and O'Reilly. And best breakout star, Mustafa Ali.
I was going to go with Mustafa, but I was like, it's a little soon. He might be 2019 breakout.
So finally, one more. I'm just going to read one more off just for funsies, okay? Fontaine on Twitter says his favorite match, Johnny Wrestling versus Almas.
That was a fucking amazing match.
Male wrestler, Ciampa. Wrestler female, Becky Lynch. Heel turn, Becky Lynch. Pay-per-view, NXT.
Does he watch the product?
Pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. Return, Drew McIntyre. Tag team, Undisputed Era. And breakout, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen.
So, just a couple of these.
Oh, Cruz. Next week we have so much to talk about for NXT.
Oh no, I already know what my answers are.
I'm excited. I
already wrote them down, motherfucker. But no, so that's our some of the responses that we got from the Going Over universe. Remember, guys, if you guys do want to tweet us some of your thoughts on anything that we talk about here at the Going Over podcast,
or funny memes, you could tweet funny memes to us as well.
Funny memes works. Oh, if you guys want to send us stuff, Vance, did you know?
I did not know.
I was checking the Going Over emails, okay, and private messages. And I've had a couple of people, because, the holidays just happened, Cruzmas is over. Time for a happy new Vance,
Happy.
I had more than one person write to us saying, hey, I want to send you and Vance some wrestling swag. Like, how can I go about doing so? So if you guys
Cruz, do you know what the good news is?
What's that, Vance?
There's an address blinking at the bottom of this screen.
The address right below. You can send either me and or Vance whatever gifts you want. We like everything from wrestling figures to wrestling tees. Whatever goodies you guys feel like sending us, feel free to send it.
When you're cleaning out your closet, send us all your fucking wrestling buddies. Remember the wrestling buddy?
Wait, what wrestling buddy?
I used to beat the shit out of that thing. I had a Macho Man Randy Savage wrestling buddy, and it was basically a doll that was stuffed like this.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I used to beat the piss out of this guy. I used to suplex him. I used to give him elbow drops. It was so much fun. They don't have anything like that for adults. There's intercourse going on the webcams over there.
Look at what I got right here.
Is that Sable? Is that Mrs. Lesnar?
Mrs. Lesnar right here. Look at that butt. Look at that butt.
Damn, she got a booty on her.
Yeah.
She has some great hair.
So now you guys can send us whatever you want at the address below. Send us whatever goodies you guys may want. It's not too late, even though Cruzmas is over. What else, Vance? I was gonna say something else and I completely fucking lost my train of thought just now.
Next week we're covering the best of NXT, unless something monumental happens between now and then, which we will cover that as well.
I am in Detroit for the holidays, Vance, and you know what's recording tomorrow night, Friday?
Josh Groban. Cruz, are you going to see Josh Groban without me? Like, that's fucked up.
No, you
You
don't.
know I wanted to go.
You know, because this upcoming Monday is a holiday. It's a New Year's Eve, right? So they are filming Monday Night
That's not a
Raw.
holiday. New Year's Eve is not a holiday.
I mean, it's considered a holiday. You son of a bitch. Are you? I hate you. Anyways, no. So
Sorry, I was just looking up something.
Shut up. They're recording Monday Night Raw on Friday in Detroit, so I may or may not be attending that show.
Sounds like fake news to me.
Crossing fingers and hoping that they're going to end 2018 with a bang because it's supposed to be the last Raw of 2018.
I think they will.
So,
this is the last Raw before the road to WrestleMania begins.
Because I literally was debating, should I waste my money to go to this or?
Yes, the answer to anything fake sports related is yes.
So that.
Do you know how much swag I bought? Dude, by the way, I got super drunk the other night. And I bought a 26-pound boombox.
What?
I don't know what happened. I had this feeling that maybe I could breakdance. And I was like, well, if I breakdance, I got to have a boombox. You can't be a fucking idiot without a boombox. So then I found this thing called Bump Box. And all the rappers have it, so it has to be cool. And it's a 26-pound USB speaker that you can carry around. In fact, I could show you a video of someone using it on what you might call the streets.
Okay, Vance. Let's see.
So
what this is all about.
if you look, he's got a boom box. See it?
And that he is definitely holding a boombox there, man.
Look at that. See the boombox?
Wow, that's pretty dope, actually. Is that a real boombox?
Dude, and it comes with a fucking microphone. So
wait,
I can use it as a PA system.
Did you bought this, Vance?
Cruz, I get drunk and I go on Etsy now, and it's a bad fucking thing. I have all kinds of handcrafted fucking beads and shit now. I really got to stop. It's a problem. That's why if you guys want to send us stuff, so I don't buy 26-pound boom boxes.
The address below.
All right, Cruz.
What I was getting ready to say to the Going Over universe before I gave out our address for them to send us stuff. If you guys do want to tweet us, you can tweet us at Going Over Pod, or you can send us messages or post comments on our Instagram at Going Over Podcast. Send memes because Vance likes memes.
Vance just got Twitter, so Vance is learning the meme diatribe.
You can also follow Vance on Twitter and Instagram at That Guy Vance.
That's me.
It's the same name for both. Me, however, I like to be complicated. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Annie fucking Cruz. That's Fuckin, as you can see below.
No G, because she's the G.
That's true. And then on Instagram at Annie Cruz. And if you guys don't know how to spell, then that sucks for you. You know what I'm saying?
Cruz.
What, Vance?
It's that time.
Is it that time?
It's that time. Because it's over.
Oh, that means that this podcast is going over, isn't it?
The last podcast of 2018.
I think the last podcast of 2018 has definitely gone over. Wouldn't you agree, Vance?
I would say it might be our best podcast to date.
Possibly, maybe.
Anyways, Cruz.
Vance, what do you want to see in 2019? Go.
Oh, wow. That's such a good question. If I could do anything in 2019, I would love to see the Elite go to WWE.
Wait, is that going to happen? Is it going to happen, Vance?
We'll find out in 5 days what all this bullshit is. What the Bucks have on Twitter and all this. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. Such a great Christmas and holiday time. How was your Christmas, Cruz?
My Christmas was great. I thought it was going to be a white Christmas being in Detroit and all, but only little tiny bits of snowflakes fell. But I ate a lot of food.
Produced.
I played the dreidel, made some bets.
Okay, so you sent me a picture of that. I didn't know. Is that what the Jewish people do? They spin the dreidel and bet on the number?
You spin the dreidel and then you bet on whether it's going to be pay or take. And then you throw some money down. It's really easy.
I always thought a dreidel was like kids' toy. The kids just da 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 da. I'm a Jew and I'm chasing a dreidel.
No,
Like,
no.
I didn't know you
spin it.
bet on the fucking
So
thing.
you spin it, and then it says on the dreidel, it says P5 or T5. P5 means you pay $5 to the pot. Like everyone puts
$5 Yaskana.
You go in a circle, you put in $1 in the middle of the pot. That's the pot, right?
Oy vey.
And then you go around clockwise spinning the dreidel, and you have to bet on each other on whether it's going to be pay or take. There's only a 50-50 chance of, it's a gamble. So if it lands on pay and you bet on pay, then you keep the money from whoever you bet with. So like, let's say there's 5 people and I say, I bet 3 on take and I put down $3 and someone says cover and they put 3 down for pay and the dreidel lands on take, then I win that bet. And then whoever's spinning, whatever the dreidel says, if it says take 3, you take 3 from the pot. Sometimes it says take all and you can take everything from the pot. And then you start the pot all over again. Yeah. Yeah, I was up by a bunch of money and then I lost it and then I was like, I quit.
I didn't know the Jewish people had gambling in there. Like, do the Catholics have any gambling? Like, is there anything I could bet on in a church? Like, if I went to church, what's the over-under on little boys this priest has touched? You could bet that.
I would totally play that game. Just saying.
I live in Boston, so it's probably going to be pretty high.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Okay. Anyways, Cruz. What a Merry Christmas and a happy Vance year. This has been. Merry Christmas. Happy Vance year.
This has been quite. I mean, how was your Christmas, Vance? Did you have a good Christmas?
My Christmas was good. I've been driving for 4 days now.
Wow.
Like, I had to go. Okay, so we had to go up to the log cabin and then down and then back up to the log cabin and then back to the girlfriend's house and then back and forth and fucking just a lot of shit, man. I got a lot of Dean Ambrose stuff. I told you, my girlfriend thinks that this is the only wrestler on the planet, I think. I don't know.
Okay, see, that's amazing because my man got me a VR system for Christmas. I got a PlayStation VR and a new headset. So guess who's going to be gaming when she gets back into town? Hey,
my girlfriend got me a photo of us. You get a VR system.
That's cute. That's really cute, Vance. That's adorable. That's absolutely adorable.
Speaking of gambling, you know what she got me? She actually got me a room at Foxwoods for me and her to go down and party.
What's Foxwoods? I don't know what that is.
It's the world's largest casino located in Connecticut.
See how much I know about that stuff.
It's true. It's true, Cruz.
All right, Vance. I think this podcast has gone well over until next year because this is the last one of 2018.
Oh, that's so weird to say. Cruz, what if we die?
Say, don't fucking make jokes like that, Vance.
Okay, Cruz, I will see you next year.
I will see you next year, Vance. All right, guys, this is Cruz the Crusher going over and out.
Too sweet 2018.
Too sweet. Too sweet. Too sweet.